Hi guys, welcome back to another video. As you can see, this is a sit down video, not a baking video. But yeah, as you can probably see from the title, I would have hopefully passed my driving test. But today I thought I would document the last few weeks of my driving lessons for anyone who wants to watch who hasn't passed the driving test in a pandemic as well, which has been quite difficult. But yeah, for some background information, I have had my provisional license for 5 years. I didn't start driving lessons straight away because I was a bit nervous, but then I got more confident since coming back from university and decided to do my driving. I did actually do some driving lessons before university, and then when obviously I went to uni I didn't carry on with them. But yeah, I came back from university 3 years later. And I decided that it was time to do my driving test and lessons, because obviously the field I want to go into is, from my degree, I need my driving licence. So I did that, got a new driving instructor, and I've been learning now for almost 2 years. But obviously with the pandemic I have had 7 months off driving lessons, and then I've also had a cancelled theory test and now another cancelled driving test. But yeah, I did pass my theory test last August, so August 2020. Obviously when between the lockdowns I did my theory test, and then I booked in for my driving test in October last year for March this year. But obviously with the lockdown that also got cancelled. And yeah, now I have a new driving test which is in about 3 weeks time, so I thought now is the right time to start documenting after each lesson about what I've been doing and what I'm doing to prepare for my driving test. So yeah, the next clip will probably be me on Tuesday doing my little clip documentation of my lesson. So yeah, hope you enjoy. So today is Tuesday the 29th of June 2021, of course. I have just come back from my 1 hour driving lesson where I practiced general driving, because I need to polish that up, because when I get to junctions sometimes I am a bit hesitant to go because I doubt myself. When I've had plenty of time, I know I should be able to go, and that's one thing that I need to polish up on a bit more, because it's kind of like progressing. But yeah, I also did go down to the industrial estate where the driving test centre is, because obviously that is like a quiet area. Well, you think it's a quiet area, to practice emergency stops, because yeah, it's one of the important factors on your driving test, because 1 in 4, my driving instructor said, get an emergency stop on the test. So yeah, bet that will be me. Fingers crossed not. But yeah, I practiced that because that is generally a good thing to practice, because you never know when you're driving anyway, you might have to emergency stop. Someone might be in the middle of the road or something. But yeah, I know how to do them. I practiced it about 4 or 5 times, and then yeah, I went to practice it another time, but someone was behind, so my driving instructor just told me to carry on driving. But yeah, my main weaknesses at the moment are just just junctions and roundabouts and things, but hopefully they'll be all right. But it's only when I always get really stressy when it's busy. So my driving test is in the morning, not super early in the morning, after all the rush hour traffic. So hopefully it won't be too bad on the roads. But I know what to do, and I keep stalling sometimes as well. But that's going to happen. I guess it happens to people who have passed the driving test years ago as well. So yeah, I know what to do. When I stalled the car, I know how to restart the car and things. But yeah, just need to generally polish up on my driving over the next few weeks. And yeah, it's because this is being filmed on the Tuesday, my driving test is on a Wednesday, so tomorrow is 3 weeks till my driving test. But hopefully I'll be able to go out in my car as well, because it is the same as my driving instructor's car, because my car was handed down to me from my grandma. But yeah, I need to look at all the showing me and tell me things as well. I've written them all down, because who knows which ones I'm going to get on my test. But yeah, so yeah, I will probably see you in the next clip, which will be the following week. So today is the 6th of July. I have just come back from a 1 hour driving lesson where I practiced polishing up on my driving, and also I practiced merging with traffic. So I went on a road called the EP, which is a dual carriageway, but it was only 30 miles per hour for some of it, but then I had to go a bit faster because it went to 60, and for the first time ever I went 55 miles per hour. But yeah, I had to go into fifth gear too, never done that before, tried it the first time on that road, didn't get it right, so I pulled up, practiced it, well, parked up, and then I went back on it again and did it. Today was actually my 49th hour of driving lessons, so yeah, countdown begins. 2 weeks tomorrow to my driving test. So today is Tuesday the 13th of July. I've just come back from my 1 hour drive lesson, which is technically my second to last lesson now because next week is actually my driving test. So I have a lesson before my driving test too, which will be in the morning because my driving test is like after rush hour in the morning, so I'll have one like at 9 AM or something. But today he showed me all the show me and tell me stuff in the car for my test, because they asked you that before you've left the test centre. I did a few of them while driving because some of them you have to show them doing it while safely driving when it's safe to do so. So I did some of them, did like the window wipers and turning the front window mister off and on, and the dipped headlights. But yeah, it was okay of a lesson. It was alright. I had a decent lesson actually. I did quite a lot of driving, like I guess it's generally just polishing up as well. But I am going out tonight with my dad in my car, so we're going to go and do some like parking manoeuvres, probably at like local supermarket or something. But yeah, hopefully I will be okay for my test next week. But I am also going to go over the show me and tell me stuff with my car because it's exactly the same car, kind of. Some stuff will be different inside the car, but also they're all on the Gov website. If anyone's doing their test, you can look at them on there. But yeah, I've written them all down already, so I'm just going to revise them, and then hopefully in the next clip will probably be the day before maybe, and if not, it will be actually on the day of my test, so fingers crossed I pass. You know, if this video is going up anyway, because I would have passed my test, but you know, you never know what the road's going to be like on the day of your test, so yeah, just got to be prepared for everything. But yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. So here I have made some revision cards with all the tell me questions on for the driving test. There are about 14 questions that you may be asked, and the examiner will ask you 2 questions before leaving the test centre and starting your test. So today is the 20th of July. Tomorrow is actually my driving test. It's finally come round after waiting God knows how many months, like 4, because I was supposed to do it in March. But yeah, as you saw from the last clip, I've been going over all the show me and tell me questions as well, and hopefully tonight I'm going to go out again with my dad in the car. I've been going out for the last few nights, and I drove home from work the other day as well, so that I can get used to my car, because my driving instructor's car is diesel, mine's petrol, so you need to give it more oomph in a petrol car, so I have stalled it a few times. But I am getting better. My dad gave me 7 out of 10 as well for my driving, so that's good for a learner driver, I guess. But yeah, I will also mention that I am in a Facebook group. I can't remember who mentioned it to me, but I joined it, and it's called Driving Test Success Drivers Hub, where people give each other tips on driving test things as well, which has been quite handy because I've been reading the last few weeks people's like comments and stuff, because they've been also doing the waiting for their driving test and they've all had them, and quite a few of them have actually passed, so I've been looking at their tips. But I will link them down below if I remember and I can. It is a private Facebook group as well, so you have to join it. But yeah, it's been quite handy, and we are currently in the middle of a heat wave, which is kind of to my advantage, I think. Kind of, I don't know. But like, I was hoping that it wasn't going to rain tomorrow, and it's looking like it's going to be 29 degrees. I mean, I don't know, because I'll be wearing a face mask anyway on my test, of course, so who knows. But yeah, I will probably see you on the other side of my driving test. Fingers crossed I pass. So it has been a good few weeks now since my driving test. It is now currently the 11th of August, I think, and it's been about 3 weeks now, but unfortunately, which I'm absolutely gutted about, I've been gutted for like a few weeks now, but I unfortunately failed my driving test. My main faults were my parallel parking, because I got that on my test, and I was probably about this far away from the curb, so I was sticking out a little bit, so he failed me on that. Don't know why, because it's not like I was being dangerous. And also there was this junction on the way back to the test centre, traffic lights, that said you could go in 2 lanes to go straight ahead. But then when I realised when I was at the traffic lights, about to pull off, that the lane that I was in was going to join into the other lane. So as soon as I pulled off, I indicated to move in and someone let me in, but unfortunately apparently that's a fail on your driving test. So yeah, I was going to appeal my thing, but probably a bit late now to appeal it. So yeah, I thought I'd give you a quick update on it. I have now managed after 3 weeks to get another driving test date. Because of the pandemic, obviously it's really hard, but it is in another town. So hopefully my driving instructor told me that if I book a driving test for another town and then get this cancellation app called Testi, then I can like get cancellations for mine. But I didn't realise until I got the app that I have to pay $8.99 to add more test centres onto the actual app. So I did that because I mean it's worth it if I get another driving test. But the driving test I've currently got booked is for another town, which is also in my area. It's probably about 40 minutes to an hour away. So I'm just gonna have to go with that and hope that I can get another driving test date in my town at some point. But given the pandemic, I don't know if that's going to happen. But if I have to do my driving test in that other town, then I'm going to use my own car, I think. So I'm going to just keep practicing in my own car for the time being, as my driving instructor told me, because he didn't want me to pay any more money, because I have been doing driving lessons for like 2 years now. So I was actually test ready as well, but obviously those errors put me back a bit. But yeah, I'm going to keep you updated and you can follow my journey to hopefully passing my driving test maybe by the end of the year. So yeah, I don't know when I'll next update you, but I'll just keep it updated, and yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Hi guys, so this is another quick update on my driving. I haven't really done an update in a while, probably since August, and it is now the 9th of November. As previously mentioned in the last clip, I had a driving test booked for the end of the year, in December to be precise, in another town. I actually did bring my test forward using the app called Testi for the said town, in hope that I would actually get a cancellation for my own town. But unfortunately I didn't get a driving test in my own town, but I was recommended to use shortnoticetest.com, and I signed up to that, paid £33 for it, and within 2 days of submitting the form on their website, I got a new driving test for the end of this month, 24th of November. So I haven't actually been out in my car since failing my driving test, because kind of knocked my confidence a bit. I shouldn't really let an examiner knock my confidence, but I did. And also my car has been out of use because it has been to the garage too. But in the next 2 weeks, because technically my driving test is 2 weeks tomorrow, I will be going out in my own car because I'm doing my test in my own car, because my driving instructor isn't available, as my driving test is at 8:10 in the morning, and that's a bit early. So yeah, I will be practicing all the things that I did wrong in my last test, and obviously going over stuff with my dad in the car too. So yeah, I'll probably see you on the other side when my driving test is done, and hopefully I passed. So see you then. Bye for now. So as you can see, I'm sat in my car about to go for a driving lesson with my dad, and I noticed that I hadn't filmed a clip since November last year, and it's currently July 2022. So just to round things up, I did another driving test in March, failed that on the silliest little thing. And yeah, so now we're in July. It's the day before my test, my 4th driving test, so hopefully I will have passed when this video goes up. But yeah, we're about to go out driving, probably go down to the test centre, do all the roundabouts around there, and then that will be it probably. And then maybe a quick drive in the morning, because my driving test is actually in the afternoon this time, not the morning. But yeah, we're currently in the middle of a heat wave, so who knows whether my driving test is going to go ahead, because it's going to be like 40 degrees. As you can see, it's currently hot right now, and I don't even have the window open, but you know. But yeah, last time I failed on silly little things like not checking my mirrors, but I did check my mirrors. It's just because I'm wearing my glasses. And also when I was parking back at the test centre, I did my manoeuvre and I didn't look out my back window when doing it. But also one other thing was that I was reversing and another learner driver was coming back from their test, and I stopped, but he said he acknowledged that I had noticed that they were there and I stopped. And he, even though he put it down as a major, he told me it wasn't a major, so I really don't understand why he put it down as a major if he knew it wasn't a major. But yeah, just to bear in mind, constantly check your mirrors because it's an act, and yeah, you will pass. So yeah, I'll probably see you in the next clip when I've passed my driving test, maybe. But who knows? See you on the other side. So, following on from yesterday's video, and obviously the heatwave's still here, I was unfortunately not allowed to do my driving test because basically of the heat, and they want to keep their staff safe. You have to have aircon working in your car, and mine doesn't really work properly. So that's kind of understandable, but it means now that my driving test has been put back. So hopefully I had like the chief examiner man from area manager or whatever of the test centres in my area ringing me up, and he can either do like Thursday this week or Monday, Tuesday next week to fit me in into all the other slots. So I've just got to wait and see when my dad's free to take me, because obviously I use my own car for my test, so I need my dad with me to take me to the test centre. So yeah, hopefully maybe in the next clip I will have passed my driving test. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side again. But you know, I guess it can't be helped. So yeah, obviously someone up there doesn't really like me or something, because every time I go to do my driving test something goes wrong. So yeah, hopefully in the next clip I will have actually passed my driving test. So yeah, see you then. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually passed my driving test. How? But yeah, I've just done my driving test and passed. Something I've dreamt of for since 2019, I think, since coming back from university. And then obviously we had lockdown and stuff, and then I've done all my tests before and failed, so this time I went into it thinking I'd failed, but you shouldn't really doubt yourself, should you really? But yeah, I passed. On my driving test I actually did an emergency stop and parallel parking, and that's what convinced me to believe that I'd failed. But got back to the test centre and he was asking my dad for to come over for feedback, but we couldn't find my dad because he was hiding because he didn't want to distract me. But then he was like, oh, I'll just do your feedback without your dad. And then I realised, oh, I actually passed. And then I said, oh, I can't believe I passed because I thought I failed. And he was like, oh, I can reverse your pass. And then he went over all my, like, what mine has had. I didn't even have that many really, which is surprising. But yeah, I'm officially on the road. Well, soon. I've got to sort my car insurance out next. So yeah, don't know how expensive that's going to be. But yeah, this will be the end of the video now because nowhere to go because I've passed. But yeah, if you have any questions, comment them down below, and I will also link all the apps I use for my theory test, also Facebook page for driving because it adds some really good tips. What else? Oh yeah, the testi app that you can get for your phone if you need a cancellation, and also the one, I shouldn't really recommend this one because it's not really fair on other people, but there's like a shortnoticetest.com as well, because if you need a short notice test, like if you want to do your driving test sooner, there's that as well, but you have to pay like £33. I know I shouldn't really recommend it, but it did help me in the long run. But yeah, this will be the end of the video. Comment down below any comments you have or any questions you can ask me. I'm no expert really. But yeah, I will probably see you again soon for another video, probably something different. Yeah, so bye for now.